Hi, and welcome to this episode of my North Nodes of the Zodiac series. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about what it means if you or someone that you know has their North Node in the sign of Cancer. And of course, this means that their South Node, which is equally important, is in the sign of Capricorn. Now, what does it mean when your North Node is in Cancer? Well, we have to think what Cancer is. This is all about nurturing emotions. It's about the subjective, internal, inward-looking landscape. It's about sensitivity and kindness and love as well. And its element is water, which is the emotions, and it's ruled by the moon, which is associated with, like femininity, the mother, and also lots of other things too, just more inward subjective experiences. Capricorn is obviously the opposite. So the South Node that you or someone that you know has come from, it's cold. Its element is earth. It's practical, pragmatic. It's ruled by Saturn. So this person comes from an energy of structure and rigidity and toughness and rules, regulations, and harsh reality. It's a harsh sign as Capricorn. Represented by the goatfish. So this goat tries to climb the mountain, does climb the mountain higher and higher and higher, always striving to get higher. The fish side of it is that which swims in the emotions because it's water, but it can't really do both at the same time. And I think Capricorn understands this. So what a Capricorn individual, someone with heavy Capricorn placements or Capricorn South Node would do is to say, okay, well, I can't do both. I can't swim in my emotions. I can't delve deep into my subjective emotional landscape, observing my emotions, traumas, sensitivities, and also pay the rent at the same time. So what the Capricorn South Node person does is they put all that in a box so that they can focus on getting to the top of the mountain, so that they can focus on their goals, getting money, So this is someone who's probably come from many lifetimes and early life experiences where they have had to be tough. They've had to work hard. They've had to be self-sufficient, emotionally self-sufficient. They might not have had people that were emotionally available to them, so they might not have understood what that means or being comfortable with that. They might have been told or understood that, like, you can't be soft, like, you can't be vulnerable because you get taken advantage of. You don't have time for that. You got to work hard, And another thing too is Capricorn is it's focused a lot on like reputation and respect. Perhaps it's a vanity thing. Perhaps it's also like a survival thing as well. Your reputation is very important when it comes to getting money, living and thriving and being safe. It's like you need to have people respect you, and Capricorn's focused on this and is focused on the future. Very important, not to look weak, not to look soft, not to look like incompetent, and it's this person, Capricorn South Node person, Cancer North Node, they might have trouble enjoying the present moment because they're like, well, I got to worry about next week, I got to worry about next month, next year, 10 years. They're focused on the future and they're focused on what could go wrong. They remember what has gone wrong and they're scared about what could go wrong. So they're focused on material, pragmatic, and financial security and evidence. Like they value progress and wealth in terms of things that are pragmatic and practical. Like you can actually see, emotions to them. Maybe that's not so good because like emotions don't put food on the table, that sort of thing. However, we are human beings and we all have an emotional world, an emotional landscape inside of us, as do our loved ones. And you can't ignore that because you'll go crazy if you ignore it. And what the Cancer North Node individual is here to do is to get comfortable with their emotions, to get comfortable with vulnerability, sensitivity, emotional vulnerability, letting their guard down, letting the walls down, not being so tough all the time. Being comfortable with maybe crying, you know, maybe there's a lot of shame around crying, like I can't cry, especially for men. This might be particularly prominent for a man with a Capricorn South Node, also for women too, but that might hit harder for men. So become comfortable with that. You are a human being. When you're sad, what do? You cry when you're sad. You laugh when something's funny. You smile when you're happy. And yeah, crying is part of that spectrum. You cry when you're heartbroken, you know. So it's about letting go of that shame. Also, it's perhaps things like physical closeness as well, like just like hugs. This person might not be comfortable with physical touch, and they might the way that they're probably very tough on themselves, especially when it comes to emotions, you know, and not just themselves, other people, and that could be the romantic partner, could be family, friends as well. Just they might, of course, they'll have a desire to support these people, but they might not understand or be comfortable enough to really help them and facilitate an emotional space for their friends or family or loved ones, marital partner. They might kind of shrug it off, like, no, it's fine, you'll be fine, don't worry, or that's not a big deal, or why would you be upset about that, or stop being so melodramatic, or maybe come up with practical solutions, like, well, why don't you just do this, do that, and this can be great, very powerful, but sometimes what the person really needs is just a hug, someone to be there and listen to them and just tell them that it's going to be all right. And the Capricorn North Node person is here to learn things like that. It's not always about practical solutions, and you can't always just like negate the emotional world, you know. So yeah, I would say it's probably could well be a lot of suppression there. So I think I would say that's one of the hallmarks of Capricorn is emotional suppression. People think Capricorn people aren't emotional. That's not true. They just have learned how to keep it deep within themselves, but like you can't. So they probably carry around a lot of stuff because, like I'm saying, a lot of tough experiences that these people have likely have come from. You can't keep all that in. And if you got loved ones around you that you could help unload some of that burden, like let them. Don't just keep that to yourself, you know. Also learning it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, so you don't have to beat yourself up every time you get something wrong. It's okay. The world isn't going to fall apart if you get something wrong, you know, because everyone's wrong sometimes, and that's okay, you know. Like it's really okay, and same with other people as well, you know. Yeah, I would say just getting comfortable with that, not just nurturing other people, but it's also being nurtured, allowing yourself to be taken care of sometimes, allowing someone else to take the reins sometimes. Capricorn South Node person probably they might feel like, well, I have to be in charge because it's going to fall apart if I'm not in charge. I need to take care of things. Let someone else take care of you sometimes. You can take care of other people, but let them take care of you sometimes when you're going through a hard time. You know, there might be a fear that if you don't appear strong, people won't respect you and people won't like you anymore. You know, and that can be very scary. So Cancer North Node is really about becoming more comfortable with those themes. You know, and that is difficult. It is very difficult. You know. So yeah, I would say it's also bringing a focus more on the inside. So Capricorn rules the 10th house, and this is career, and this is the public image, and this is external events, external situations, society, and tangible experiences. And Cancer is at home in the 4th house, so it's also intertwined with that house, and that is the house of personal foundation. It's about having a foundation for yourself and self-care, responsibility to yourself, not from a financial and practical and pragmatic point of view, but from an emotional, internal, spiritual and psychic point of view. So don't ignore the inside and just focus on the outside world. Like don't ignore your emotions, you know. And Cancer and Capricorn are interesting because I mean, every sign is interesting, but with the 10th house, this is like where the tree of life comes up. The tree that I see in the zodiac. So that the bottom half of the chart is the roots, and the top half is the part of the tree, the branches and leaves that you can see. And the 4th and 10th house are in the middle. So the 4th house, more than any, is about the roots. So this is about having strong roots and focus on the unseen, you know, the spiritual and emotional realm. Also family and relationships as well. And Capricorn South Node that you came from, this is the part of the tree that you can see, you know. So it's about Cancer North Node, you know, like love, you know, nurturing, the home, vulnerability, subjectivity, you know, subjective as well. Might be I would say like maybe getting more in touch with your feminine side if you're a man as well, I suppose. And because Capricorn is, you know, like it's a hard, tough, Saturn ruled external South Node to have Cancer. It's a more nurturing energy. So I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I would say yeah, that, and also I can't remember if I said it or not, but just enjoying the moment, and also reflecting on past experiences more, because Capricorn is focused on the future, Cancer is focused on the present and the past. It's not really future focused, it's more about the past. So focus on like things like memories and where you come from, and enjoying where you are, and not always focusing on like the hustle, you know, work and planning in the future. Just enjoy the moment, and you know, be comfortable with vulnerability, and don't worry if you get something wrong every once in a while. That's only human. So you're only human, you know, and yeah, don't be so tough on yourself. And yeah, so that's what I would say for the North Node of Cancer and South Node of Capricorn. If you like this video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe icon, leave a comment and hit the bell icon, and check out my future videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.